Hello people of YouTube, welcome to yet another anime review. And today's anime review is going to be a, I don't know what to call it, but it has a pretty long title, which I'm going to give you. I'm not even going to tell you the Japanese version, but I am going to tell you the English version. It is called My Mental Choices is Interfering with My High School Comedy Romance. What a mouthful. Or, in the shorter version, NouKome. So the story of NouKome follows a kid that I totally forgot his name. I think it was Ayamakaze or some stuff like that. And basically he was plagued with a curse called absolute choice. And what it is that basically it goes into detail of sort of, goes without saying that life is about choices. And each choice that you make affects upon you, the person who actually made the choice. So say for instance, instead I could be wearing a green shirt instead of this red shirt right here. But I'm obviously not. I'm wearing the red shirt. That's a choice. And, he has this thing, curse. It's basically a curse called absolute choice. And what it is that he has two options, or two or more options. Based upon what you choose, you have to choose that option. So let's say you see a dirty magazine on the floor. What do you do? Do you grab the dirty magazine and you sniff it? Or do you eat it? Okay, so you obviously have to choose one or the other, and if you don't choose one or the other, you'll have a massive head pain that, that you can only cure if you were to do one of the other choices. So you basically have to do the choice, or else you have these pains everywhere. So it's basically him trying to find a cure for this curse, and that's basically the entire anime. It's him going through these absolute choices and completing them and trying to find a way how to get rid of it once and for all. That's the entire anime. Now, I don't know what's it. It's not good, but it is pretty bad. I mean, but I don't want to say it's that bad. I mean, let me just start from the beginning. All right, let's talk about the good aspects of this anime. First of all, the animation always goes without saying. The animation in some animes are pretty freaking great, and I really enjoy the animation for this anime. Another being its originality. They did something so unique with this anime that no one has ever thought of, and it did really knock one right out of the park. It is definitely great when it comes to originality. But when it comes to the overall deliverance, hold on, I'll be right back. Just give me a second, alright? I wrote down a few of his choice, just mainly two. Alright, and it basically, and you have to choose one or the other. And one of the choices were, okay, keep in mind, you would have to say something or do something. Like, keep in mind, it's a choice. You don't have to do either or, but you have to choose at least one. So, so his choices were at this one episode. More importantly, would you show me your panties, or take off your underwear and ask for a trade? Okay. And at the same episode, it goes, so when are you going to show me your panties, or you turn into underwear? Okay. I have to give the anime credit for being original, but the overall deliverance, it's not all that good. And let's talk about the character. My god, are the characters boring and so generic. Like, not really generic. All these characters have their own unique personalities. Hell, props goes to one of the characters called Yukihara, which I'm surprised I even remembered her name, because she is without a doubt one of the best characters I have ever met in this anime. She has basically like these two-faced, when she's in school and when she's all by herself. When she's all by herself, she's kind, she's sweetheart, and she cares and laughs, and it's her true self. But when she's around others, she tends to, not really interact and says some awful mean things that doesn't really Makes sense. But yeah, there was this one episode where it was all dedicated to our main character and Yukihara, and they were bonding together. But then it leads up to the biggest problem that I have with this anime. Character development, overall mishaps. And what I mean is wasted development. And what do you mean by wasted development? In that same episode I just said, these two characters were bonding. They were having an emotional moment. She was opening up, even though our main character was in this pig costume, because she couldn't really tell if it was him or not, because he's in a mascot. Mascots don't speak, so you have to fill in the role of the mascot. But it was her. It was her true self, and and they were having a cool, nice bonding moment. And keep in mind, he was the person that was inside the pig outfit, and they were having a nice bonding moment. And I thought, okay, here we go. More development, more bonding moments, here we go. And they wasted it. They absolutely wasted that development. What? It was showing her true self, but then you don't. That's overall wasted development. What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? It is definitely bullshit. Such waste in a good. And I love Yukihara. Yukihara is actually definitely one of my favorite characters. Hell, that could be a perfect opportunity to make it a drama. Hell, that would be a perfect drama anime about a girl who, she doesn't really stay true to herself, and that she, is pretty shy when it comes to other, and she says all these mean things, but when she really doesn't mean it, and she really wants to, love and have friends and stuff. Yeah, that would have been a perfect drama anime. But no, there was just such waste. I could have saw those two together, but no. And I have to have my biggest gripe with this anime was the overall main protagonist, Aoya Kazawa, Kanade Ayakazawa, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure, but I couldn't really care about him. And overall, if we're going into character development, my God, there's so less. There's so less character development that I couldn't care what would ever happen to any of these characters. Let's start with the girl who basically calls everyone, the girl who calls everyone Big Brother. How did these two? How did Ayakazawa? Because that's basically his childhood friend. So how did Kanade and what's her face meet? And how did they establish their bonds? And how did they do this? How did that? Nothing was overall explained in this anime, and I couldn't care about their relationship at all. None of these characters' relationships were as strong enough. And I have to say, I had high hopes for this anime. I thought that this anime could be a unique, original anime. But no, this anime has been nothing but fault after fault after fault, with lack of development, and wasted development, and overall originality deliverance when it comes to this anime. Those are my three biggest gripes when it comes to this anime, and I haven't even touched the surface. Like, why? Why would they do such a silly thing? But to an anime that had a good concept, it had a great concept, and it could have been something better, but absolutely not. This anime has been a waste of my time. I couldn't care less about any of the characters. I couldn't care, why did they end up in the first place? They didn't establish bonds. They didn't establish any type of relationship whatsoever. The characters, lack deep of development. I couldn't care about what any of them had to offer. And I did sort of root for Kanade to get rid of his absolute choice, but then, no. And one of my favorite characters of this anime gets little to no screen time whatsoever. It's basically this teacher who basically went through the same thing as our main character did. She went through the absolute choice of of what they did, and I would like to know more about, how did she get over her absolute choice? How did that happen? They don't explain, and that's what pisses me off. Wasted development. And they could have gone a good direction. Hell, there was another story that they could have actually gone further into, but no. It is without a doubt a fault with this anime. And I had to give this anime from a scale through 1 through 10 a 4 out of 10 stars. Or a 4 out of 10. And it is definitely not worth watching. If you want to kill some time, yeah, sure, go on right ahead. Although the comedy was pretty funny, the choices that he makes are pretty funny. Like, the choices that he chooses are pretty funny. Like, the choices when, you know, either say this or do this, they're pretty funny. Now, the whole overall comedy of this anime is pretty funny, and I did laugh at a few parts of this anime, but that's it. The only thing that makes up for this anime is the pretty animation and its original story, and the fact that the comedy was pretty decent. But that's it. I couldn't really beg to differ when it comes to this anime. Don't watch it. It's not really worth it. But if you want to watch it, be my guest. It's your funeral if you want to kill that wasted moment. And let me know, what did you guys think of NouKome? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you find it really original? Did you find it boring and just a generic comedy? Do you, like the characters? Do you hate some of the characters? Because I can tell you this right now, I hated a few of some of these characters, and let me know. So until then, first of all, I want to get this out of my chest. I want to, again, deeply apologize for yesterday's video about the Black Bullet rant. I terribly apologize. So let's just move on from this mess and continue on to something even greater. So, hopefully, I will finish yet another anime, and hopefully there will be another anime review tomorrow. And if I can't really think of an anime to finish, then hell, I had a few animes that I always wanted to do a review of, but never got the chance to, and maybe tomorrow will be the perfect opportunity. But till then, I'll see you later, and this is the Crimson Assassin. I am signing out.